outside of Reading Terminal Market in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is a very culturally centered place. You see, there's music playing on the street. I stopped by yesterday and I found out that there's a new Jamaican restaurant just opened inside, and you know I love oxtails, so I'm going to try them today and see if maybe they'll talk to me a little bit about what made them start. So what are you dishing up again?
So this is a Barbie fried
chicken.
So it's pretty much we season the chicken and then with dry rubs. So it's marinade, and then we fry it with no batter. So we fry it, you know, it's all cooked, and then we dip it in barbecue sauce.
Fried, no batter.
You like it like that?
So let's try it.
Piece of chicken. Isn't that crazy?
Oh.
Some things that we think would not be, you know, but it's
That is good. It's flavorful. It tastes like barbecue.
Yeah.
But it's also fried.
Beef
it's
patties.
very delicious. You have to try this. How long you been open?
This is our second day.
Second day.
Second day.
What made you decide to open it?
Well, I've been behind somebody else's stove for 23 years.
Okay.
I'm going into my 24th, and you know, I love this market, so I didn't want to stray far away from home. It feels like home.
What's been the response so far?
It's been good. It's been good.
I had the oxtails this afternoon for lunch. It was amazing. Yes.
I have some great help here. They pull everything together for me, so you know, it's not, you know, I don't have to do as much heavy cooking, but some things like my jerk, I try to control that myself. So all of the jerk is on me.
Wow. Oxtail, my favorite. What goes into this dish? What are the sides?
Oh, okay, so plantains, this person is not having rice. So he just wants plantains and wholesome.
Okay.
Plantains and wholesome.
What usually comes with it?
Rice and beans. And we have also cabbage and plantains. So make sure to put
Here's a final dish. They even make it to order. This particular customer didn't want the rice and beans. They wanted coleslaw and the plantain. So I just got an opportunity to talk to some of the customers at Miss Careda's Cuisine. Tell me what's your name?
I'm Von Kurt Redley.
Hi,
This is my wife,
Hi.
Darian Redley.
And so what brought you here today?
We wanted to come down and get something to eat, and we decided to walk around the Reading Terminal. And I was actually having a conversation with my wife about that there's not a black or Jamaican restaurant in Reading Terminal.
Okay.
And then was walking around. I looked up, and you know, I was like, we gotta eat. Cause I was just talking about this in the car a few minutes ago. So that we gotta come here and eat.
So tell me what you were eating here.
All right, we're eating oxtail with white rice, some gravy, some sweet plantains, like the family banana, but the sweet plantains. Come on, and add some slaw, some fresh island slaw. And my wife had grilled chicken, white rice, and plantains with some, what's that? Potato salad.
Potato salad. So tell me, how was it?
It was really good.
Really
It was good.
good.
It tastes like it's, you know, cooked out of the kitchen. You know?
Take out of the kitchen?
Yeah,
Like
take
home?
it out of home, yeah. And I got a little sample of the brown stew, and I was like, yeah.
Oh.
You know, they just cook it right out of my kitchen, so it's good.
So what would you recommend to our viewers?
I recommend you come check out, what's the name of it? Careda's, right? Careda's Caribbean Cuisine at the Reading Terminal. Support black business and everybody.
This is another customer that ate here yesterday. Tell us what you thought about the food.
Oh, the food is tasty and very delicious, well prepared.
Well prepared.
You will love it.
What did you have?
I had the oxtail, beans and rice, and salad on the side with fried plantains. The food is great. You've got to try it when you are in Philadelphia.
You heard that from two of our customers and from me. Get down here if you're ever visiting. So be sure to come down and try. If you're ever in Philadelphia, try Miss Careda's. I can't get it. Caribbean Cuisine. It's well worth the trip. I hope you enjoyed the visit at Miss Careda's Caribbean Cuisine in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You know, oxtails elicit a fond childhood memory. When my mom used to make oxtail stew, I didn't really like it. But when I got older, that's all I wanted. When I got sick, I would beg her, Mom, please make me oxtail stew. It also brings to mind another great memory with my best friend and my spouse to Jamaica. What I've done is I've taken the memory of Jamaica with the memory of my mom and her oxtail stew to create a savory oxtail of my own. In the following video, I teach you how to make it. Enjoy. So I've salted the water and I'm just going to let it sit in that salt brine about an hour. And then we'll season it. While your oxtails are marinating in that salt brine, we are going to get our celery, peppers, tomatoes, onion, and spices together. Here are the spices that we're going to be putting into our dish. A tablespoon of smoked paprika, a package of onion seasoning mix, onions powder, garlic powder, allspice, all of those 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, a half of tablespoon of Italian seasoning. My Italian seasoning has marjoram, basil, rosemary, thyme, oregano, savory, and sage, and 5 garlic cloves chopped. I'm only going to cut and use half of the bell peppers, leaving the seeds. So the orange bell pepper, the yellow bell pepper, and the red bell pepper. And then you're just going to chop them into small slices. Actually going to cube. I start by doing it that way and then turning it this way to get very small slices. And you're going to repeat this with the remaining yellow and orange bell pepper. So that now all the peppers are chopped, you're going to take your celery and you're going to cut the ends off the celery, and you're going to also cut it into small bite-sized pieces. I start by cutting them lengthwise and then bring it together. Cut into small pieces. Now that we have our peppers and our celery, we're going to take and cut our onion. I like to start by cutting the front and the back off the onion. It makes it a little bit easier to peel. Okay. Then what I like to do is cut off a piece, because as I am slicing it to make dices, I cut it one way and then the other way. Careful not to get your hands in there. And then you're going to turn it on that side so that it stands up nicely, so that you can get very small pieces of onions. And then I'm just going to add those chopped onions to our peppers and celery so we can chop our tomatoes. And for the tomatoes, I do it similar to the onions. cut a little piece off the side. Make cuts down one side and then the other. And turn it on the side that you cut off. And then just start dicing. And then you have nice, even, small pieces of tomatoes. It off. You just turn it one side, then the other, and cut. For this dish, I am dicing up 2 tomatoes. Also for the other vegetables, just so you know, I did 2 celery stalks, 1 onion, and a half of red, orange, and yellow bell peppers. So as you see, as it's been marinating in this brine, it started to clean that yucky film off of there. And you have some nice, clean, meaty bones. Oh, really, they're not meaty. And so you're going to get rid of that water. And you're going to add water to it again to rinse it. And notice the water is now a lot cleaner. You do it 3 times. You want to do it 2 times. Now the water's running clear. Now that we have our cleaned oxtails, we're going to add our seasoning. We'll start with the 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And to that, I am going to add that Italian seasoning, the garlic powder, onion powder, the allspice, the onion soup package, smoked paprika, and smoked paprika. And then we're going to mix that around so that all the bones are coated. Look at the seasoning. I bet you can smell it coming through the seam. I bet you can smell it coming through. All right, and to that we're going to add our vegetables. We'll add our chopped cloves of garlic, yellow peppers, orange peppers, red peppers, and this doesn't have to be in any particular order. Your celery, and then your onions. You're going to add your tomatoes. And you're just going to allow that. And you are going to mix that all together. And you're going to allow this to marinate overnight in the refrigerator. Our oxtails have been marinating in the seasoning overnight, and now what I'm going to do is sear them in vegetable oil. I've had a pan over here warming, and I'm going to add a little bit of oil, about a couple of tablespoons at the bottom of the pan. And on medium-high heat, I'm going to take the oxtails and put them into the oil. And I am going to allow them to cook and sear on one side. Well, actually, throughout the oxtail. And just have them cook until I can get them to get a nice brown caramelly color. And I have lined a stock pot with some of the vegetables, which I am going to you're going to brown the meat on medium low for about 10 to 15 minutes, being sure to stir the meat around so that it doesn't burn. It's okay if it sticks a little bit, because those sticking pieces later we're going to add some beef stock so that we get all those great juicy bits. Now that the oxtails are nice and brown, we're going to add about 1/4 of a cup of beef stock. I made 32 ounces to add to our final dish, just to get the remaining bits, just to get all that good spices out of the pan. And then you're going to take that and add it to your pot, along with the remaining vegetables and the first batch that you fried, and the first batch that you browned, along with the vegetables. And you're going to add 32 ounces, or the remaining of the 32 ounces of beef stock, and then stir in. I started the heat off on medium high until I get a boil, and then I'm going to turn it down to a medium low. And then we're going to allow the oxtails to cook for about 3 to 4 hours, being sure to check on them and stir them so that it doesn't burn. Once it starts to boil, then turn it down to a medium low, and then you're going to simmer that for about 3 to 4 hours, being sure to stir it. At this point, you can also add a little bit of spice if you like, more spice, like you can add cayenne pepper or a little bit more pepper. A lot of people also add tomatoes, or a lot of people also add tomato paste to the mixture as well. So we're going to just let that cook for the 3 to 4 hours, and I will show you the final product. The oxtails have been cooking now for about 2 hours. The oxtails have been cooking for about 2.5 hours. As you can see, there is a nice gravy that is forming. The taste isn't quite the taste that I wanted, so I am going to add to it 1/4 of a teaspoon more of allspice, about 1/2 teaspoon of seasoning salt, and 1/2 tablespoon of curry powder. I don't know if I told you that this is my first time making oxtails. And so it's a cross between what I learned about my Jamaican oxtails and the oxtails my mom used to make. So I decided to add a little bit of spice to the oxtails by adding some ancho chili peppers The oxtails are done. And now we're going to plate them. For the size, I made some rice and kale with potatoes and carrots. So we're just gonna plate that over there and add a little bit of the juice. Enjoy. What are the spices you use to make your oxtails? Leave your comments below and let me know how you like my version of oxtails, combining island spices with my mommy's kitchen spices. And to receive more videos like these, be sure to like and subscribe and pass this video along to others who may be interested. Have a great morning, afternoon, or night. Peace.